and I'll ask you a question. If you get the question right, you could be in for one of the exclusive I Beat Nick Girdler at Radio Sod Duco T-shirts. Excellent stuff. Now, as I'm walking across the park, very often, leaping out from behind one of the trees is the paparazzi. They all want photographs of me as I walk over there. They frighten the squirrels and the crows, unfortunately, and I've tried to put them off. But what am I actually allowed to do? Well, waiting photographers who were there to watch Heath Ledger walk to watch another edition of his Brokeback Mountain film. He must get right bored in going to see them all, because I've seen it before, for goodness sake. Apparently soaked him with water pistols. It was in protest at what they claim is his recent mistreatment of the paparazzi. So it does work the other way round. Are there any rules and regulations? Well, Jack Ludlam is a photographer extraordinaire. He used to be a man who used to heave around one of those big TV cameras, but obviously the boy's not eating his Weetabix and has decided to take one of the smaller cameras instead. It's lighter to carry about. Jack, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Nick.
So what sort of rules are there then?
Well, the basic rules are sort of no touching.
Yeah.
You shouldn't really squirt water at people.
You shouldn't, no.
I don't know about that. And, just show some courtesy and manners, really.
Do they? People must get rather annoyed, though. They're just sort of all they're doing is going out for shopping down Asda.
Well, no, the truth is, people have every right to not want their picture taken, but a lot of the time, in the press, you hear the bad side of it. But most of the time, there's a sort of an unwritten rule. You take a couple of pictures and then you sort of leave the person alone, because you'll come across them again next time.
Right.
And then they'll be happy to sort of you take a couple of pictures and it works both ways.
Right, I see. Because they, to an extent, want the publicity.
Yeah, very much so.
Yes, I should imagine that's why he turns up to watch the premieres of Brokeback Mountain.
Except for when you get to kind of like the real sort of posh and Becks type thing. I mean, they've sort of developed an attitude, but they sort of work their own circus out.
Do they?
Well, I think so.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So what if they're surrounded by bodyguards and you really can't get a very good photograph, Jack?
I don't know. Whoever they might be paying might be allowed slightly nearer.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a suspicion.
So you reckon that there are some plants in there then?
I wouldn't put it past some people that they tip off. They tip off where they're going to be
right.
now and again. But you can still get pictures. The bodyguards are there. They can't cover everyone. It just becomes a bit of a merry dance.
Yeah.
But generally, sometimes people, like PR people and that, they try and get in the way, but the star themselves actually want the picture done.
They do.
And so what happens is someone's standing there with a clipboard and they see a lens and they think, oh, I know what I'll do. I haven't really got a job. I'll sort of stand in the way.
Yeah.
And then all it does is prolong the event.
Right. But you see, I know what David Beckham looks like. Why do I need to keep taking pictures of him, Jack?
Well, for some reason, the phenomenon is the media are hungry. If you take a picture of either Beckham or Posh, or particularly together, it will sell. And I don't know why. I can't answer that.
No, right, because I do know what they look like. I don't have to keep knowing what they look like. But
it's not something I'd go out and buy.
No, but there we are. They buy it from you.
Well, yeah, they buy it from the papers who get it from us, yeah.
Right. So how do you know where they're going to be, Jack?
Well, London's not the biggest place in the world. But there are certain venues which they are repetitively used, there are certain restaurants and stuff. So
right.
You go around with an antenna on and a little feeling, and you sort of know cars and things like that.
Yeah.
And then you start sort of working on your intuition and your wits, and you sort of put it together. Other than that, someone might phone you.
And tell you where they're going to be.
Yeah, it happens now.
So sometimes you're the inside man, really.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it does happen then. I can see that. And as the selling of them, do you just sort of phone up and say, look, I've got another picture of David Beckham here. The Daily Mirror go, oh, we'll have one of those then, Jack. Thank you.
Yeah, that's about the strength of it.
Yeah. But it's got to presumably be quite a good photograph, though.
Well, not necessarily. It's always nice when your pictures are good, but depending on who it is, the quality sometimes are lower quality is accepted.
Right. So a picture of the Deputy Prime Minister eating big fish and chips out of it, that would really sell.
That would be all right, sir.
And David Beckham then having his hair done. That would sell.
Yeah, you know.
Anything like that puts them in the right sort of light.
Yeah, all the stuff,
Like it's all in there. Well, Jack, look, thank you very much indeed for that. Next time I meet you walking across the park, and I know you're not one of the ones that does leap out and constantly take photographs and harass me. That's very kind of you not to do that.
It'll be a pleasure, Nick.
Right, but I will be walking across there about 1:45 this afternoon, okay?
Okay, I'll see you later.
Yeah, cheers, Jack.
Thank you, cheers,
Jack
Nick.
Ludlam then, photographer extraordinaire. He's the paparazzi man. Yes, just what rules and regulations? How would you like it? Somebody just kept leaping out every time you went down the fish aisle at Asda and picked up a packet of frozen fish. Would you sort of welcome it? Oh, look, a man's taking photographs of me. That's okay. Or do they bring it upon themselves? They want the publicity. They want to be the celebrities. They want to be the famous or the infamous at times, perhaps. How would you feel about it all? Do you think they have rights? Or do you think they have no rights whatsoever because they use the media to achieve their celebrity status, and then when the media want other photographs, they say, no, you're not allowed to take photographs anymore. How does it work? Perhaps you'd like to give us a call on that. Perhaps you'd also like to tell us about the snacks that you leap away and create because they could transfer them, you see, to celebrities quite easily. Chris in Hedge End is going for TTFN. That's Tatar for now. That's not a TLA, it's an FLA. 3-letter acronyms we're after. Good. RTA, says Angela, in Botley. That's a road traffic accident. Jim in Bournemouth going for the SAS or an MEP. That's 2 for 1, Jim. You know it's cheating and we won't allow it. UPS, says Rose in Southampton. Are they liver things? I don't know what UPS stands for. Universal Personal Supplies. They deliver things, in brown vans and things. But I don't know what it stands for. Guy in Eastleigh's going for LSD. Not a shame. No LSD in there. PLC, Public Limited Company. It's John in Clanfield with that.